everyone, this is the second part of this video. If you have not watched the first part of this video, please go back and watch the first part before you click onto the second part of the creative studio of Transformers. The second part is where I'm just basically explaining the comics side. The first part explains what's in the game and what I've been doing in the game. So I recommend going back to the first one before you click into this one. Okay, I'll let you guys watch the video now. I'm going into the comic where it's quieter. See? Listen. Nothing. It's peaceful. It's quiet. I like this side better. Like I love the game. It's just the music's very loud. It didn't I kept turning it. Had to before I started recording it, I had to get the audio right so you can hear me. I don't know if this is gonna work still, but if you can't hear me, I might as well just put lettering on the screen. That's easy for me to do with editing, to tell you what I'm doing. So get the little weird sounds. This is the Super Comic Creator. With this is your blank page area, and here you have a full page panel. You've got 9 block panels. Got 6 blocks, 4 blocks, 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 1 block. So this could basically create your whole comic. Now I didn't create a comic cover for my one, but I wasn't going to go into that detail. That's where you would use the full page panel to make the cover. So I was playing around and I really like this. It's kind of like a miniature kind of Photoshop kind of flash thing where you just drop things in. Like you can do this and it puts it on the paper for you. Like you can place it anywhere and it just goes in the spot. That's what I love about it. Okay, delete frames. Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot. You have to delete comic. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so I'll just load my comments. Do you wish to save the present comment? No. Okay, so this is my one here. Like I said, I didn't make a cover for it. This is my simple one, and because they have, I might as well just show you. I'll just click onto this frame here. I'll go into edit frame, which is really fun. They actually have photoshopped cutouts of all the characters from the movie, and especially Lennox on the motorcycle in the movie. I really like this one because then I was like, I'm gonna have to crop out things just to put in the comic. And I didn't want to do that. And it turns out they actually have an editor through down the sides here. I'll show you what I mean when I go on to another one, because I have to show you what I did to my ones, my like crops. So I liked how it's semi cleaned, but you can still see the wider outer lines where the trucks and stuff were originally on a photo. I think it's so funny, but it's very well done, to be honest, for an old game. It, from the technology they probably had with Photoshop and all that, it's very well done for an old game. That's what I love about it. So anyways, they're rambling. You can have the city kind of icon here is backgrounds. So click on backgrounds. Backgrounds already loads up for you anyways, because you start off the page with backgrounds anyways. But if you were drawing a freehand comic, obviously you wouldn't start off with the background first. You would start off with the character, then draw the background around it. but I'm not sure what way it goes. From what I see, you start off with a character and then build the landscape around it. That's basically what I've read through mastering manga books. Like, not to. I don't usually say other kind of. The person I'm talking about is Mark Crilly, and if you're a young artist learning how to Photoshop or learning how to do comics and stuff, that's the guy I would recommend watching because he does simple step-by-steps and his books are really good. I really love Mark Crilly's books because it's just so simple and I understand what he's saying so much. He just simplifies it for me because my head is stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. Still don't. But I get there. Okay, love you. Obviously it comes with the characters. So the characters, if you click on character, it highlights this thing like here, and you can move down from all characters. You got speech bubbles. You've got many speech bubbles to choose from. You've got the normal ones. You've got these big roundy ones, which are also normal ones. And I think these ones are like kind of calm ones. To me, I recognize them as calm ones, like on a phone or something. And you would see these, and they have this kind of weird zigzag coming out of the phone and stuff. So I think that was the idea for these. These ones are like text bubbles. To me, they're text bubbles. I'm not sure what these type ones are. I just guess it's for really long sentences. These ones, I guess, are from shouting. These are like things you're thinking in your head. Like, you've got so many bubbles to choose from. So obviously everyone knows the FX bubbles. They're simple for comics. So everything in this profile is all photoshopped already into the system. So that's why another thing I think it's Flash, because everything was photoshopped. If you take something from Photoshop, it's easier to bring it into Flash, and it's still translucent. I did the same from my website I built on Flash, and when you brought it over from Photoshop over to Flash, it was still transparent, and it was really neat and clean transparent. So that's why I think the system was kind of made out of a Flash system. So props whoever meant this. So you've got icons here. So, oh, that cut out. You got like little pictures of the Transformers. Kind of, you know, like in comics, you have I call them poster line pictures before you move on to the next kind of chapter. So you have these kind of things. I think that's what these are for, the icon little pictures. And like I said, you can add in the backgrounds and some. Everything here is all photoshopped. And there's loads of things like Bumblebee and Megatron and Barricade, and there's loads of them. So yeah. Oh yeah, Optimus also speaks every time I come out of a scene in the comic. So he would say either the movie lines or he'll say the G1 lines. It's randomized and it freaks me out all the time when he talks. And I don't know why. Probably because I'm not used to the system talking. Like, he says it now and then, or when you back out of here, he would say a next line saying like Blaster has sent us a comlink or something, or Hound has seeked out Megatron or something like that, or it's like he's calling you and he's like, answer my transmission. And I'm like, how do I talk to you? So I guess it's the game trying to give you lines to make in the story, and you're like, ooh, that's a good line, I'll write that down. I'll use Optimus to say that. So I think it's like, I don't know, an hour or 15 minutes he comes back and says another thing. Because it's randomized and you don't know when he's going to pop back out and talk. So that really annoys me a lot. As you can see, I brought in my own pictures. And there's also, I forgot to show you, there is the picture icon. But the thing is, the characters, I'll show you guys what I mean in a minute. So we'll click here, click on this scene. We click on
Incoming transmission from Teletran 1.
See, he talks again. Stop doing that. So this one is the user pictures. And as Optimus Prime has said, some files of your own are like 11 characters long, so please rename them to include these files. So I know what files he's talking about. He's talking about the Photoshop files on my phone that I had on my phone, and I just threw them into the file because it says photoshopped and a bunch of numbers after it. They're really long numbers. I do not remember any of them, but a few got in. So I don't really get why there's a problem with the characters of lettering. So this is a thing. Now this, like I think I've mentioned this, things come up here. So when you click on here, you click onto the text. And you can pick the color of the text, you can make it large, you can choose, they have many different fonts. And I'm not playing around with the fonts, because it's the font I want Mater to have. And yes, the character is called Mater. If you never noticed about the green transformer that's beside the teddy bear on the right, that this character is called Mater. Because the car was called Mater, okay? We had a family car called Mater, and I used a family car as a transformer. Okay. I love the car, damn it. Don't judge me. I like Nissans. Well, not like, I love Nissans. So, obviously the background pictures also from my PC as well. So, that I've used in the past with photoshopping characters into background scenes. Or photoshopping people into a different scenario scene to do something completely different. So, this icon thing comes up here. Click on this. It brings you into like a Photoshop thing, but it's so simple. Almost so simple. When you go into cutouts, you hit the edge where you want to cut out, and you're cutting all this white stuff out, kind of like I did with my Koenigsegg, where it's like God, what is it called? It highlights everything where you want to highlight. When I changed the color of the Koenigsegg, that's what it does. But you have to go step by step by step to cut out, like I did with all the tiny pieces and the headlights and everything. So that's what this does. It's like a simplified Photoshop. You have a water wash, like color wash. You've got black and white, and you've got like 6 effects. Now I haven't played with them yet because I don't want to play with them. There's like colors. I don't know. I think you can draw on or highlight something, and I think you can change the color of the background of the thing. So it basically plunks the color there. Now I'm gonna obviously not mess with it, but I'll show you in a new scene I'll mess with. So obviously when you add in the speech bubble, this text icon comes up on the side, so we're not gonna play with that. And Ironhide is actually from the system itself, from his characters. He doesn't have a lot of like cutouts, so I have to cut out my own ones, because where he's kind of trimmed here, you can barely see it, he is trimmed here, so it's like he has to kind of be turned around on his side to go the other way, but then it doesn't look right. So I wasn't gonna flip him over the other way because he looked like he looked the other way, so I'm not doing that. So, oh no, Mater's text is gone, or is it? I don't know. Did it disappear on me? No, the game decided to not load. Apparently Mater's text deleted, and I don't know what he said, but that's okay. I'm not gonna save it because the original one is saved. So, I'll click on this one here and show you what I mean by the system, because he was very croppy. Sirens was. Now this is Sirens, and I've told all my friends this is the picture I had put up on DeviantArt. He's saying hello there very creepily with his hand on the side, so I had cropped out this picture as well. So obviously he's talking with Ironhide, and Ironhide's having a big row with him. So we'll click on this one here because I had to go come back and crop out the white areas that I did not crop out. So, pew! This is how tiny he is. Because he's a tiny drawing. This was my very first Photoshopped. Don't judge it. So this is what it does, and it makes a weird sound. I don't have my pad with me, so it's like really hard to see where everything is cropped. So you basically have to judge your eye, I guess, by your eye line to see where everything is gonna go. So it's tricky, but it's kind of still simple. So when I click like here, restore. So this button here restores everything after what you screwed up. I had screwed up so many times, I had like cut his side without knowing. Like it went from, I'm like here, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. It went straight back down here to link up where I had started, and I cut him off, and I was like, damn it, how do I restore it? And I went over here and it says restored. So that's my stupidity the first time. So I'll play with that later. So this is the comic side anyways. So I really like doing the comic side on this thing because it's so much fun. I don't have to spend an hour doing a rough draft. I could just add things. It's basically, this is kind of like a rough draft to me. And it gives me ideas to where to lay out panels. Because I want to start my comic series of my own characters soon. So I guess this is basically practice. Because I want to see how things go out and stuff. So obviously Ironhide is obviously going to be drawn differently. He's not going to be movieized. So I guess this is a good helper. But I really wanted to show my friends and guess show you guys what an old game is like. Because I was just playing around and I was like, I have to make a video of this. It's really cool. It's really fun. I haven't played any of the games in this. I just went in and clicked on the comic thing, and I was like, oh, I can make a comic? Cool. I was figuring all this stuff out about the system. It's really good for an old game. An old game, an old system, an old disc. It is really, really good. And I really, really, really enjoy it because it's like you get to go creative with the Transformers. Like, you get to continue their personalities or stories. Even though it's from the very first movie, you can still play around with them. To me, that's what this system is about. So, I hope this falls in as an art video because, I really like this. It's like a simple, it's kind of like a starter off. You don't have to play the games. You don't have to complete anything. There's no like milestones or anything in this game. At least I don't think there is. So yeah, this is really, really fun. And I love the comic so much. I like playing around with it. And to me, the comic thing actually helps because it gets to create a rough draft instead of spending all that time sketching it out. And I wouldn't mind doing that. Like, you still have to rough draft it as in sketch it out stuff, but sometimes you have to figure out what frames you want in there. And that's a pain in the ass. To me, that's a pain in the ass to do in comics. So, yeah, these are just easier. The only thing that annoys me is that noise. This is really loud in my ear. So, makes all of them noises. So, it's fun. And I wanted to show it. I wanted to show my comic. I really, really, really enjoy it. And I enjoy putting my own characters in. And I don't know, people like to go, but that's, you're basically copying the Transformer franchise. I can see it to a point, yes, but no. The cars may belong to the ownerships, but the robots to me are mine. They're just my characters. I create them. I create their personalities on who the hell they are. Like, my Transformers are road Transformers. So, ha! You'll never take them alive! So, well, obviously they come good. They obviously do come alongside Optimus Prime at some point. So, I don't know, I just like this system. I enjoy putting my own characters in it. I enjoy putting my artwork in it. I enjoy it like a layout scene thing for a comic. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. And I don't think this game obviously can't be found anymore. Probably can. Who knows? But I really enjoy it. And if you have like any old games with some sort of style like this, with a kind of a comic, because it's a creative studio thing, like like I have like really, really old games that have loads of character studio thingies, but they don't have a comic one. But if you can find an old game, this is actually a great help to me to lay out a comic, I guess. So, anyways, I've been rambling too much. That's as much as I wanted to show you guys on this itty bitty old game. Thank you guys for so much for watching. Hug the like button to show your love to this video. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!